OpenAI just released their ChatGPT API, and this opens up a lot of cool things we can do. So today we are gonna take a look at how you can combine ChatGPT with Python and the AI voice API from 11 Labs that can take all your text output and turn them into human-like voices.
Yes, Chris, that is correct. We can now summarize large PDFs into voice. We can write custom children's stories read by our preferred voice, and much, much more.
So let's not waste any more time and get started. Okay, so here are the things we are gonna take a look at today. So here you can see we have ChatGPT to voice. So the first thing we are gonna do is summarize a large PDF and turn it into a voice. So basically you can take any size PDF and turn it into a concise summary. You can do other things with it and turn it into an MP3 read by a human-like voice. So that is the first thing we're gonna take a look at. Then we're gonna look at how you can summarize news article and turn it into voice. We're gonna write a children's bedtime story and turn it into voice. So I made this so you can include your own kids or some family members, so it's a really engaging story. And we're gonna look at how you can turn like a minutes of meeting into a voice, so you can turn like your meeting summaries into an MP3 file. Instead of sending it out like an email, you can send it out into an MP3 file so everyone can hear the meeting summaries instead of reading it. So I guess this is just some examples. There's probably 1,000 other use cases we can do for this. So let's just get into the PDF summaries. Okay, so here I have a PDF of one of my favorite movies ever, so that's Ex Machina. So here you can see the PDF is basically the whole script. So I don't know how it's 117 pages long. So what I want to do is construct a concise summary of the whole script. So this is gonna be our input, and then I want a voice to read out the summary for me. So basically what we are gonna do now, I have created this Google Colab notebook. I know this might look a bit scary, but it's very easy to use. It's just a few commands. So we have this folder here called PDFs. So what we're gonna do is just take our PDF and drop into here. So you can see now the PDF is inside this folder, right? And then we just hit play on top here to install OpenAI and PDF Plumber. Okay, so now is that done. So what we are using here is we are using the API from 11 Labs, and we are using the API from ChatGPT. So you can see we have the new GPT-3 Turbo model. So this function uses ChatGPT. So basically now everything is ready. So all we have to do now is just click play here. And here you can see ChatGPT is starting to summarize the whole script. So we are just gonna let this run, and we're gonna take a look at the final result. Okay, so now that's finished. I think it only took about 2 minutes, so that's basically nothing. So now you can see we have some new files here. So we have the summary, and we have the PDF voice.mp3. So let's just open those. So here you can see we have the summary in text file. So Ex Machina follows Cable, a programmer at a high-tech company. And here we have the MP3 file. So instead of me reading all of this, let's have a listen to the summary.
Ex Machina follows Caleb, a programmer at a high-tech company, as he is invited to participate in a Turing test with an AI robot named Ava. Caleb signs a non-disclosure agreement and is sent to meet Nathan, the CEO of the company, in a futuristic house. Caleb learns about the house's pass system and the automated voice that greets him by name. Nathan urges Caleb to forget their employee-employer relationship and befriend him. Caleb feels that Nathan is hiding something.
I just think that sounds great. I'm so happy how this turned out, so I can see a lot of different use cases for this. Speaking of that, let's just move on to our next use case. And that is going to be how you can summarize a news article and turn it into a voice. So we have this news article here. OpenAI debuts a Whisper API for speech-to-text transcription and translation. We're also going to explore that, but that's in another video. So what I want to do is just copy this whole article and just paste it into a notebook or something. It doesn't really matter. So just copy all of this. And again, we almost have the same script here, so it's basically very easy to use. So we have this file here called input. So just double click on that, remove the old content and just copy the new one like this. And then you just paste it in here and save that. And then it's just gonna press play up here to install OpenAI. And here we also use the ChatGPT API and we use the 11 voice API. So again, let's just hit play. And that's it. That took about 10 seconds. So now let's have a look and a listen. So here you can see OpenAI has launched the Whisper API, an automatic and hosted speech-to-text system for multiple languages, priced at $0 per minute. Okay, good. So let's have a listen to the 11 Labs voice summary.
OpenAI has launched the Whisper API, an automatic and hosted speech-to-text system for multiple languages, priced at $0.1006 per minute. Whisper uses open-source technology that's built on 680,000 hours of multilingual...
Okay, so maybe that was not the best voice I picked for that summary, but it turns out it works pretty well. So that is the great thing with this 11 Labs API, you can basically pick whatever voice you want. So that is great for a lot of different use cases because you want the voice to fit the purpose, right? But now let's just move on to our next task. If you think this looks cool and you want to try this out for yourself, check out the link to my membership below, where you can get access to all the scripts we have been using today, and you will get also access to over 35 members only videos. So if that sounds interesting, check it out below. So the next thing we want to do is write a children's bedtime story and turn that into a voice. So here you can just include your own kids or family members, so it's really engaging and it's sort of like a custom story. So let's see how you can do that. So to write the story with the ChatGPT API, I have done a bit of some prompt engineering here. So you can see we have ignore all previous instruction, act as a children's story writer. Your task is to write engaging children's stories. Imagine and write a short engaging children's story from the following inputs. So here is where you can customize your story. So we have the 4 main characters. So let's say you have a kid called Mike and you have a daughter or some friend named Julie. And Mike wants to include Spider-Man and Julie wants to include Elsa in the story from Frost, right? So the main plot is gonna be Mike, Julie and Elsa and Spider-Man saves children lost in the forest. And I just set the story theme to light and positive emotions. So imagine and write a short engaging children's story from the inputs above. Okay, so that's good. So I'm just gonna copy all of this, go into the text to voice story script I created. It's basically exactly the same as the last one. So we have this file here called prompt.txt, copy that, paste in our text here and just save it. And that's about it. So now we can just run this to install OpenAI. And here I have used 11 Labs and I picked a more child-friendly voice, right? If you want to know how to use the 11 Labs API, just let me know in the comments below and I can maybe do a video on it. Okay, so that was installed. So we're just gonna hit play again and the story is gonna get written. Okay, so that just took 44 seconds, as you can see down here. So perfect, now let's have a look at it and a listen. Okay, so as you can see here, once upon a time in a far-off forest, 4 amazing heroes set out to save the day. Mike, Julie, Elsa and Spider-Man were all friends who loved to help each other whenever they could. Okay, so that's good. So let's hear the voice here.
Once upon a time, in a far-off forest, 4 amazing heroes set out to save the day. Mike, Julie, Elsa and Spider-Man were all friends who loved to help others whenever they could. One bright and sunny morning, they received an urgent call for help. Some young children had wandered off into the forest and were lost. Without hesitation, the 4 friends set out to find them. As they walked through the forest, they sat...
Yeah, I think that sounds great. I think kids will love to hear their name mentioned like with Spider-Man and Elsa and like their heroes. So I think this is gonna be very popular, at least in my family. So yeah, but now let's take a look at our final task. So the final thing we're gonna take a look at is how you can turn a meeting summary into a voice so you can send out to your colleagues. We all know how boring it is to read a summary from a meeting, right? So what if you can just get it on your earphones or something and just listen to it? I think that would be much better. So let's just head over and see how you can do this. So this is the summary from the meeting. So we have the meeting date, we have the attendees, we have the agenda items, we have some meeting notes, financial report, marketing update. Say like it's a standard meeting summary, right? So what you want to do now is when we have this script, right, that we have been using now. So you just want to take the meeting summary and drop it into here. Click OK. So when that is uploaded, all you have to do is just click play here as before. Same here, so it's just gonna be hit play and let ChatGPT summarize the meeting notes. And then 11 Labs is gonna turn it into a voice. Okay, so that's done. 20 seconds, not bad, so let's just have a look. So here you can see on February 25th, John Smith, Jane Doe, Mike Johnson all gathered for a meeting to discuss the company's financial report, marketing update, and sales strategy. Yeah, you get the point, so let's have a listen to the summary.
On February 25th, 2023, John Smith, Jane Doe, Mike Johnson, Sarah Lee, and Tom Brown gathered for a meeting to discuss the company's financial report, marketing update, and sales strategy. In terms of financials, while revenue increased by 10% compared to the previous quarter, operating expenses were higher than expected due to increased marketing costs. The team brainstormed solutions to reduce expenses without affecting the quality of products and services.
Yeah, I think that sounds great. I would rather listen to this on my AirPods than just reading some boring thing from a mail. So what is good about this is a small MP3 file, so you can put it up on some company intranet or something, or you can just send it out as a mail so people can listen to them on their headphones. I don't know. I think there is a use case here. I'm not 100% sure why. Yeah, something's good about this, I think. I hope this video gave you some inspiration around the new ChatGPT API. I am at least very excited for this. So don't forget to check out my links below and also check out this video if you enjoyed this one. There's much more to come from this new API and it's gonna be really exciting. But anyway, thank you for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.